2010 was the year Kenya adopted a new constitution after a long process that had commenced back in 2005 when in a national referendum, Kenyans rejected a draft constitution President Mwai Kibaki had put forward. On January 7th, the final draft of the new constitution was presented to Parliament by Nzamba Getonga, the chairman of the committee of experts who had drawn it up. The draft was received with different reactions. 10 Orange Democratic Movement ODM MPs from the Rift Valley, led by Agriculture Minister William Ruto, joined 65 Party of National Unity PNU MPs to call for an amendment of the provisions of the draft that related to ownership of land. And Christian churches threatened to scuttle the constitutional review process if the provisions relating to Kadhi courts and abortion were not removed from the draft constitution. The final decision on the draft constitution depended on the vote of more than 14 million registered Kenyans in a national referendum scheduled for August 5th. The campaigns for and against the draft constitution would see a big split amongst ODM leaders, with Prime Minister Raila Odinga leading the yes camp and Ruto the no camp. But the referendum itself was conducted peacefully. The yes camp emerged winners by a margin of more than 1 million votes. At 10:27 a.m. August 27th, President Kibaki signed into law the new constitution and ushered in the Second Republic before several heads of state and a huge crowd at Uhuru Park in Nairobi. The President, Prime Minister and Vice President, as well as MPs, were sworn in again under the new constitution. The new constitution differed from the existing one in many ways. It set up a legislature made up of a National Assembly and a Senate. It also created the post of an elected executive governor as well as an elected woman representative for each of the nation's 47 counties. And it introduced some checks and balances between the 3 branches of government, which the existing constitution did not provide for. 2010 was also the year the ICC Chief Prosecutor Luis Moreno Ocampo released the names of 6 Kenyans against whom he had received permission to investigate for crimes against humanity committed during the 2007-2008 post-election violence. The 6 were Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Uhuru Kenyatta, Eldoret North MP William Ruto, Industrialization Minister Henry Kosgei, Secretary to the Cabinet and Head of the Civil Service Francis Muthaura, former Commissioner of Police Major General Hussein Ali, and CAS Radio Operations Manager Joshua Arap Sang. Moreno Ocampo's move came as Chepalungu MP Isaac Ruto filed a motion in Parliament in late December calling for Kenya's withdrawal from the Rome Statute that had set up the ICC. It also prompted the cabinet, under the leadership of President Kibaki and Prime Minister Odinga, to renew efforts to set up a local tribunal to deal with post-election violence in order to avoid the suspects ending up at The Hague. In business, 2010 was the year the country's teachers, university lecturers, doctors and nurses went on a countrywide strike demanding better pay and terms of service. And the year the Indian communications company, Bharti Airtel, acquired the mobile phone service provider, Zain. 2010 was the year the City Council of Nairobi lost 280 million Kenya shillings through the fraudulent purchase of land valued at only 24 million shillings in Mavoko municipality. Another scam that surfaced that year involved the building of Kenya's new embassy in Tokyo, Japan, for 1.5 billion Kenya shillings instead of the 800 million that had been budgeted for by the government. In India that year, Jason Dunford won Kenya's first swimming gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. In Berlin, Germany, David Rudisha broke Wilson Kipketer's 13-year-old men's 800 meters world record. For his feat, Rudisha was named by the International Amateur Athletics Association the World Athlete of the Year. 2010 was the year Kenyans said farewell to Labour Minister Newton Kulundu, who died in March.